Jane Golley, welcome to The Business.
Thank you.
Do we have all our eggs in one basket, and what's the alternative?
Great sense in theory to sort of not have that high dependency, a large export share going to one country, and particularly when the relationship with that country is tense. But there simply is no alternative in aggregate to the Chinese market. To put it pessimistically, the alternative that I see from shifting away from China is in fact slower growth and higher unemployment.
Just why does Australia's economic prosperity have to be linked so closely to China and Australia's political relationship?
Well, again, in aggregate, that actually hasn't been the case. If you look over the last couple of decades and even in the last 2 years, despite a deteriorating political relationship, and it goes back further than that, really back to 2014 is when the downward trend began, our exports in aggregate have shown a remarkable resilience to those political tensions. But that doesn't really make the lobster farmers or the wine makers or the barley industry feel any better about their prospects. And certainly what I understand from the Chinese officials who I sometimes have a chance to speak with, if we keep on doing things that cause them that displeasure, they are going to find ways to punish various Australian sectors.
Well, why do you think the tone's changed since 2014?
I could spend the next half an hour if you had it talking about the ways in which China's changed under Xi Jinping. But to be provocative, it's not just about what China's doing. I think there's also a very big picture and story unfolding from the United States, which genuinely does fear the challenge that China poses to its global primacy. And of course, Australia finds itself, well, in some ways stuck in the middle, but also increasingly siding with the United States, which of course makes Beijing very unhappy.
And when it comes to being unhappy, of course, the Quad meeting is being held over the weekend with Joe Biden leading the US, Japan, Australia and India. How is that going to be perceived in China's eyes?
I think when you see a Financial Times headline that says Joe Biden is enlisting Quad allies to counter China, you can be pretty clear that China is going to receive that as the signal is sent. Some people think that's the way to approach them, to form strong alliances of free and open democracies, even though we might raise some question marks about just how free and open India is, for example, and indeed look at how the United States has broken many of the global trading rules in recent years. China's not the only one doing that. But in any case, others, including former Ambassador Jeff Raby, have described the Quad as containment by any other name, and that's how the Chinese government sees it in Beijing. I think it's going to be the next thing that causes them to unleash their fury on a given or a number of Australian sectors. I don't know which ones they'll be, but I'm not looking forward to that story unfolding.
Jane Golley, we appreciate your insights. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.